Yo, what's up YouTube? It is your boy, an innocent American, and we are back today with another reaction video. Today's gonna be a little different than what we normally do. I'm going to react to a video, but then I'm actually going to get pretty personal today since we're covering a topic that I'm pretty passionate about, and that is healthcare in the US. We're first gonna watch a 5-minute video that's been on YouTube for a little over a year. It looks like it has a lot of views. It's called "The True Cost of Healthcare Shocks the British Public." So we're just gonna try to get through that real fast, and then I'm actually going to share my personal experiences that I have with the U.S. healthcare system. Thankfully, it's actually not too much because I haven't been super sick. I've never really had like a disease or anything, but I've had 2 children, so I have definitely had to deal with. They were both born in hospitals. They were both C-sections, so I'm actually going to go over with you guys the actual bill that I have from the hospital, and I'm gonna break that down and then just give my opinion on why I feel like needs to be changed in the U.S. On the healthcare system, and just giving my opinion on it. But again, I want to see you guys react to it first, and then I'm just gonna go into my personal experience with it. Before we get in this video, if you guys can make sure you like this video if you like it, share it, promote it, and also if you guys could comment below for future videos and just give me your opinions on this video, that'd be great. With that being said, we're gonna get into this video and watch the British people react to the cost of US healthcare.
And for a baby.
Is there a price for that?
Yes.
Jeez, $100, $200?
$2.5 grand.
$80.
600.
$250.
More.
Shh.
I think this is just an intro since they're not showing the questions he asked.
Shut the fridge.
More.
£300.
Double it.
$600. $600.
Yeah. Ambulance call out. How much do you think that costs?
Zero payment.
Zero payment?
Yeah, zero payment.
No. It costs $2,500.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
you look. An inhaler.
$100.
Yeah, you're pretty close. It's a bit more.
$120.
250 to 350.
For an inhaler?
Yes.
Man, so if you're poor, you're dead.
I know that it's like public healthcare in the UK. In the US, fortunately, I'm able to get healthcare.
Okay, I heard a comment, if you're poor, you're dead. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna watch the video and then I'll break it down a little bit. But yeah, I do feel like it's a little misleading.
Through my parents, their jobs, but like I carry an EpiPen, and I know that like the cost of that has just been rising. So like there's like very few companies that even compete, so it's sort of like a monopoly for the EpiPen. Even though like we have insurance, it cost my parents about a couple hundred, even with insurance.
So 2 EpiPens. Okay. How much do you reckon they are?
$80.
600.
$40.
I'm afraid not.
More?
More?
$100.
More.
$150.
More.
$250.
More.
Yeah, no, just keep going up. Just go up.
Shh. Shut the fridge.
More.
£300.
Double it.
$600.
Yeah.
What? Why?
That's a very good question.
$600.
Yeah.
For me, it's more like just hives and shortness of breath.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be like an immediate death situation, but like, so I've been fortunate I've not had to use it, but it's something like keep on me. Like I have my backpack right now, I have it on me.
Cost of childbirth.
Jesus. 50 grand, something ridiculous now?
Yeah, see, I've blown the figures up in your head now, haven't I? Because they're larger. It's the highest, generally speaking, is about 30 grand.
Okay.
Is that reasonable? You haven't?
Not reasonable at all. It's just like now we're on like we're on a benchmark.
Yeah, we're on
100? 200?
dollars.
Yeah.
The average is about 10 grand. It can go up to 30,000.
10 grand? For a baby?
Yeah, well, I guess. How much is your child worth?
Yeah. Well, is that
I mean, to be fair, there is no price that I could put on my children, so.
like the same everywhere?
Yeah, the average is about $10,000. Yeah.
That's mad. Oh, no thanks.
Okay, no thanks. In which case, the coil, IUD, contraception,
Yeah.
how much do you think that costs?
For one person
Yeah.
to implant $1,000?
Yeah, a little bit higher.
Really?
Yeah, $1,300.
Oh. Mental.
I wonder if you could tell me how expensive you think calling an ambulance out to your location is in America.
I guess it depends on like where you live. It really does. Is there a price for that?
Yes.
Jeez, $100, $200?
$2.5 grand.
For what? Why? Why?
Give birth by C-section,
Yeah.
and you would like to hold your baby after you've given birth to it.
Actually, yeah, that's what you do. Yeah. You have to pay to do that.
Yes.
To hold my own child that I've been carrying inside of my womb.
Say something else.
Sorry, I was.
But yes.
Jeez.
It's not actually that expensive.
Mate, charging me, I'm going to punch you.
Yeah.
Not you, but the doctor.
So yeah, just real quick on the childbirth. I actually had never heard that. I did look it up. It is true, I think, in some places. Like I said, I'm gonna go over a bill with you. It's not on my bill, and I did look it up. It's because they say that for the mom to immediately hold the baby, they have to bring in an extra person to help in the room. And he's gonna say it was $40. This definitely it's a little misleading to immediately say like there's a price, because again, I don't see it on my. I've had 2 children. I don't see it anywhere, and they do have a legitimate reason for charging more. To have someone come in, they have to pay a nurse to come in and be there while the mom holds the baby for 30 minutes or whatever. So I kind of understand why there's a bill, but at the same time, yeah, I can see why someone would be so shocked. But it's not like they hold the baby over and be like $40. If you want to hold your baby, it's only $40. That's not like they don't even talk about bills when the actual thing is going on. So I just want to clarify that.
Like $100.
$40
$40.
for skin-on-skin contact. What do you think of the NHS?
Literally the gift that keeps on giving. Literally, people are so dumb for taking advantage of it, and I don't want it to change.
Fun, does it make you grateful for the NHS?
Absolutely. I mean, I didn't know how much free healthcare we got like just off the bat, but like knowing you have to pay like 30 grand for a child, it's outrageous. It really is ridiculous. So thank you, NHS, for your hard work.
I'm genuinely speechless.
Presumably you had an idea that healthcare was expensive in the US.
I didn't realise how expensive. Yeah, I'm just like, what? Like, if you don't have money, you're fudged. Yeah.
What do you think of the people who are profiting off the sale of these medicines?
You're bastards. Sorry, beep. I think, yeah, I think they should be stopped. Fuck Trump.
Okay, so I would actually agree with her at the end with the pharmaceuticals. It is ridiculous. But okay, so kind of what I wanted to do, I wanted to just kind of watch that, get a reaction, see what you guys may have thought. So yeah, when they kept saying that, like, if you're poor, you're fudged, that's a little misleading because America does actually have Medicare and Medicaid. I'm trying to figure out what the difference is. Okay, so yeah, Medicare is the one that is based on age, and then Medicaid is the one that is for disabilities. Or if you make less than $900 a month, which is, definitely poverty, you actually get, I think it's Medicare. Pretty sure it's Medicare. And it's pretty good insurance, honestly. Like, you get full coverage insurance paid by taxpayers. So in America, from what I understand, we actually have, private healthcare and then public healthcare. And I think there's a third tier that we do. But so even though we don't have universal healthcare, we do have, in some ways, if you're really poor, you can get that. And then if you're over 65, you get Medicaid. So it is misleading to just say that, like, there's no health care for anyone, because that's not the case. Again, it's not good to make only $900 a month, but if you do, you can get actually really good health care. My parents had Medicaid because my dad had disability, and growing up, like, we had great medical insurance, and it covered everything, dental. I mean, I don't think we ever had to pay for anything, and it was high quality insurance. So with that being said, then you have private, which I do think that private is ridiculously priced. I'm kind of running into that myself. So you do have private, which is usually paid for by an employee. Where I work, I actually don't have health insurance. So I have I have like a co-op thing. It's a little different than health insurance. Every one part of the co-op pays so much, and then whenever there's a need, they pull out the money that everyone's paid in per month to cover the need, if that makes sense. And that's what I actually have personally. But anyway, so there are some forms of healthcare, and there is some form of government-funded healthcare through Medicare and Medicaid. I'm totally fine with having universal healthcare. I really think that, as the U.S. compared to every other country, we should. There's no reason not to. Also, I think if we have universal healthcare, we should be promoting health more. I have the personal belief that if you go to McDonald's every day, I think that should maybe have a play in like maybe the tier of healthcare that you get or something, because it is a personal choice to do that. Anyway, that's another whole topic. My problem is I don't think that, and I'll get into this when I cover the bills. I don't think we should just throw money at the current price that these hospitals are charging. It's ridiculous, especially medicine. Medicine, like he was saying, is monopolized. It is ridiculous how much medicine can cost. It's ridiculous how much a hospital stay can cost. So I'm gonna go over my bills, and then I'm gonna go over a story with you about some personal things I've had in the U.S. with the health industry. So anyway, I'm gonna get into some of these bills because they are ridiculous. You get a discount rate for not having insurance because they try to make it affordable. So right off the bat, when I had my daughter not that long, a few months ago, the subtotal was $41,431.72. It was almost $42,000 to have a C-section for my daughter. Ridiculous. They got it down to about $10,000, and then my co-op covered the $10,000, which is what I had to pay for. I personally didn't, but through the co-op it paid for it. Anyway, I just wanted to get into some of these. Now, this is an actual bill. So room and care. Again, we were only in the hospital for 2 days. 2 days. The room and care was full. And I'm going to be rounding here a little bit. The room and care was $4,000 for 1 day. The other room was another $4,500. Like, you could stay in a very nice hotel for that price. Now, I will say we did have great service. The nurses were great. You know, I can't complain about that. But still, $8,000 to stay 2 nights in a hospital. The pharmacy. My wife needed lidocaine and fentanyl. And between those two, it was $230. I'm not sure what this is. I think this is more medicine or IVs potentially. It was binder. So I'm not exactly what this bill is, but again, it's almost $1,000. Pretty much, yeah, okay, so this next subtotal was all just like your bandages, $250. Venipuncture, I don't know what that is. That was $60. To take blood was $390. An antibody screen was $600. CBC and hemoglobin, for them to do that, was $1,600. A COVID-19 test was $60. The surge path level 5, I'm not sure what that is. Pathology lab, okay, lab work, $1,300. The birth itself was $20,000. The epidural that she had to have, the anesthesiologist, was $1,300. All the other medicines that they put in for her IV and such was $1,200. And then the recovery room was another almost $5,000. So again, between all that, it came up to right at about $42,000. And then since I didn't have an actual insurance, it went down to about $10,000, which is what I was required to pay for. Now again, like I said, there's no price on a child, so I don't really care what I had to pay. But to have for 2 days in a semi-simple surgery, it was if I had had insurance, it would have been billed at $42,000. And that's what I personally have a problem with in America. Is I think it's ridiculous to be able to charge that much. I understand that doctors need to make a good living. They go to school for 12 years pretty much before they actually start making a living. And they're smart. You know, they have to be dedicated to what they do. They have to, be willing to do that time. I don't have a problem with doctors making a ton of money. I understand that technology costs money. But again, I've been in like $300 million hospitals, and they have grand pianos and concert halls, and which it's like, it could be nice, but I would rather the money be focused on the health care part and bring the prices down, so that if we did have a universal health care, we're not paying 20% in taxes or something crazy. I have no idea what it would be, but I know it'd be insanely high. So that's kind of my problem with the U.S. is, one, I think we should have universal health care. I mean, why not? I mean, we're taxed on so much. It only makes sense to kind of get that as a benefit. But my main problem is I definitely think the government needs to, I think that they should come in and regulate the price to get it lower, because there's no reason that these pharmaceutical companies are making way more than I think that they should. Now, again, this is just my personal opinion. I don't really know what all goes into it, but I mean, they're billions upon billions of dollars worth. I mean, they're just super, super, super rich. Again, I don't have a problem with people being rich. I mean, obviously, I think that's a good incentive. Like, if you become rich, then you're going to have a good product, and you're going to take care of your employees and stuff. But I think at a certain point, it's just greed. And that's what I have a major problem with, is just how greedy it is. I do want to clear up the fact that, though, it's not that America does not have health insurance. There is, if you're really poor, you are covered. If you're elderly, you are covered. Most jobs cover 80%. Yes, you still have to pay some. Some deductibles are between $600, I think, and $3,000 max. Some of them you might have to pay $3,000 out of pocket, but they will cover up to millions of dollars. Kind of the thought that you're going to literally go broke is kind of misleading. It just depends on what you've done to prepare for that. Over here, it's a little bit like car insurance. If you don't have it and you get into a wreck, you're probably gonna go broke. But if you pay for some car insurance, then you're not going to become broke. And then I want to share one more story. I had some friends. They were working, and one of them broke their back, and they had to get life flighted. It was a $250. So just for the life flight, it was $250,000. And then because she broke her back, she was in the hospital for weeks, had physical therapy, tons of stuff. Now they were very poor. They were poor. They didn't have Medicare, Medicaid. I'm not for sure why. Anyway, so her surgery was probably over $1 million. I want to say, between the hospital stay, the physical therapy, the medicine, the helicopter ride, everything. The bill, because they didn't have insurance, they brought it all the way down to $18,000, and then that's what they're paying off right now. So again, it's still a lot of money, but they do work with you in huge discounts. Also, I do feel like with GoFundMe, Americans are very generous, and people set up GoFundMe all the time, raise money for these bills. Again, I think it's sad that it's needed to do that, but I do think it's very misleading to think that just because if you get hurt, you're not going to get care. That's another thing I want to clear up. If you get hurt, you are not denied. You can go into any emergency room, get the top, best quality care that they can offer in that area. You will not get turned down, no matter what. You will be taken care of. Now, you may have a bill at the end of it. They may have to set up a payment plan or something, but you will be treated. You're not going to get turned down because of money. And again, it's not something that they, like with holding your baby that they mentioned, it's not like they're in your face like, you want to hold your baby, it's going to cost $40. If you don't pay $40, you're not going to get to hold your baby. They don't even bring out money during any of that stuff. They mostly do it at the end when you're getting ready to discharge, and then they bring all the bills through you. And again, I've been listening to a lot, because this is kind of a personal subject for me. That I'm kind of passionate about. And I did hear that one of the main problems that we have, why our healthcare system is so high, is because of administration. We have a ridiculous amount of administration, which obviously you have to pay them, and that costs a lot of money, all the paperwork. And I can agree with that. When I was at the hospital with having our child, my wife was having our child, I was there. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Like probably 4 or 5 different administrative people came in. There was a nurse, I probably went through 20 or 30 different people that I saw by the time we got out. And each person is getting paid to come in and see us, or take care of us, or check up on us, or bring us, And I honestly, I think it's ridiculous. I understand there's different shifts, but the amount of people that came in to check up, kind of ridiculous. Anyway, with that being said, that's just kind of my personal take on the healthcare system. I'll be doing a video pretty soon on the NHS, and just kind of seeing what you guys have. And I'm probably going to be a little jealous of it, honestly. But I did want to clear up a little things, because this video was, I want to say, a little misleading. Again, my main thing is everything is super expensive, but they do work with you. They do give you discounts. You can set up a GoFundMe. You can apply for Medicare or Medicaid depending on your age or your poverty rate. You can ask sometimes doctors would do work pro bono and stuff, and that takes a huge part of the bill off. We have a very complicated system, and I think we have a little mix of everything over here, which even makes it more complicated. I do think, again, I'll reiterate, I do think that we need to regulate the price that they charge, because again, to stay in a hospital, it should not cost $5,000 a night, regardless, because that's just the stay. That's not including the medicine you take, I think that just covers the nurse coming in to check up on you, some diapers. It doesn't cover very much, and it's a ridiculous rate that they charge. I am not an expert in this by any means. This is just my personal opinion and take, and what little experience I've had with the medical industry. With that being said, if you guys made it this far, I hope you learned something. Comment below, like this video, share it if you want, and just let me know what you guys think and your opinions, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks.